Right, let's have a look at this one. Dear viewers, I did promise all over my social media that I would do the Ponce Prince's Prize. Well, just alliteration, I thought it would sounds rather good. So what's happened is, as I'm sure you will all know, that this young man here on the right is, I think his name's Pat Tillman, Patrick Tillman, and he was a sports star in America. Was it a soccer star, baseball star? Not sure, because I'm thick and stupid, and this young man was amazing. So after 9/11, for whatever reason, he thought he would patriotically join up and go and defeat whatever it was they were doing, because, I don't know, something was going on. And he got himself over to Iraq, and unfortunately, he was unalived by friendly fire. It's a tragedy. And the guy is obviously a hero. So in America, from what I'm given to believe, and American people, I'm sure you're all going to tell me if I get it wrong, but they have an award for bravery that have served, people that have served that have been brave, get an award called the Pat Tillman Award, in memoriam of this wonderful man here, young man, who obviously died far, far too young, and he died with courage. Well, for his country, didn't he? Let's have it right. He did it for his country. So he's what I might call, and what I think most people with a brain would call, a hero. And for whatever reason, ESPN, I don't even know what that is it a news agency over there that no one gives a flip about, have given the award to the bleeding Bassmeister. I mean, I suppose he does deserve an award putting up with the Mark clip. Do you reckon? Do you get me? That's like a war in and of itself, isn't it? So either it's going to go two ways. It's either going to be a night where he can shine and be away from her, or she'll fetch up with him, limp it like, and stand there and make it all about her. So should we take bets? Should we open a book on it, shall we? Yes, odds on, 2-1 favourite, or whatever. So let's hear what's happening, because it's all a load of old hooey, as usual.
A former NFL player who joined the US Army after 9/11, a hero. His mother says Prince Harry didn't deserve the award, and I've got to agree.
Yes, I would be. Oh, that was my son. Over my prostrate body is what I'd say. I am shocked as to why they would select such a controversial and divisive individual to receive the award, because there is so many more deserving. It's like I always say, and I always have said, every award that they've managed to grift or pay for or whatever they do, or people sort of sycophantically give them to be in their reflective sort of toxicity, I suppose. I'm not sure why they give it them, but they do. Or probably get some money from Archwell. And they've been grifting money off the government, because I warned you about it. I said about it. When he gave his speech to the union, something to do with what they do in America, Biden, I think he was sort of saying, anyway, it was written down, you only had to read it out. And they said they were giving out some funding for charities to work with women in the media and middle-class women to get something or other to do with inclusivity and something equality, which I would say middle-class people that work, women that work in the media, are probably a lot more equal than, say, women that, like me, sort of clean loos or something. Do you get me, capiche? So, yeah, there's that. And, of course, I think it was the Raw Grift. Excellent channel, the Raw Grift. We all love the Raw Grift. She sort of pulled it out the bag. There's a few like that do that. Duchess of Sussex, Paula M, and even Lady C. I mean, you don't mess with Lady C. What she says, go did. And Real Housewives week recap. Oh, dear. You've got to have your fix of her, haven't you? So, Jen, they've all sort of said similar things. I think Steph the Altenberg, I think George the Dragon Slayer, is that his name? George somebody? You know who I mean, don't you guys? I think they've all made allusions to it and alluded to it. And I have previously, before I had to take my sabbatical, about how I knew that as soon as they said that, Archwell Foundation would be in there for some funding. Apparently they've got like 6 million or something, you know, a couple of quid to her in it. So, probably paid for it, to get me capiche, so he could get up on stage and be glad-handed, and everybody can sort of applaud him or applaud her. Either that, or it's just the cringe factor is going to be off the scale, isn't it? So we're here for it. I mean, we're here for it. I think the price of popcorn will probably go through the roof, but we don't care. I mean, if I have to, I'll crack open the barbie and we'll have some hot dogs. Do you get me, capiche? Because it's going to be a laugh. I mean, people are too hard on them. They are funny, if you think of it. They are. They're rather amusing. They're like a female and male Laurel and Hardy, aren't they? There's nothing that can stop them. Doesn't matter what they do. Oh dear, right. Poor old Pat Tillman's mum. Yeah, I'd be pissed off as well, love. Don't blame you.
Mary Tillman said, I am shocked as to why they would select such a controversial and divisive...
I'd just stop there, love, Rita. I would just stop there. I'm shocked as to why. Just like why? Just why? When you think of those two, that's the one word that comes to mind, is it? Why? That and what the actual flip. WATF, isn't it? Yeah, because it's the cringe factor is amazing. Off the bleeding Richter scale. Oh.
Decisive individual
He's
to
bought
receive
it.
the
He's
award.
bought it.
A
They've
petition
bought
has
it.
already been launched to demand ESPN rescind the honour.
Yeah, give it to somebody that's a hero. For Christ's sake. Here, I've got one. I don't know how many heroes that are females that have been, because there are enough women that were sent over there. I mean, I myself know a few female veterans that fought in alongside soldiers in, these far-flung places, which I will not name, but they're all out there in the nether regions. So, yeah, why doesn't a woman get it? I mean, you must be able to find a woman that's served gallantly or whatever, because if they can't, give us a ring, because I've got a few. Yeah, so there's that. Let's move on quickly, and definitely Gertie Rudess.
Insisting the prince does not reflect the award's intent.
Doesn't.
Not only is he a divisive, controversial figure,
what has he
done to deserve such an honour?
See, she took the words out of my mouth. Took the words right out of my mouth, and it was nothing to do with meatloaf. Right, let's go.
I think there would be so many more worthy people who would be
obviously not lately
suited to take this award.
Not here anymore, darlings.
Now, ESPN and the ESPYs would argue with you that it's Invictus Games,
right.
But it's like just like what Mary Tillman said.
Yeah.
Let's reach out to somebody that is less privileged than Prince Harry that could really.
Oh, but he's a victim. He's a victim. Come on. Prodigy made a song about him. They called it, didn't they? Breathe. He's a victim. He is a victim, and so's the Marklet. Oh dear, I think it should be the national anthem, shouldn't it, that song by Prodigy? Every time you hear that song, you should just think, Prince Harry and the Marklet. Oh, you're the victim, love. You really are. I'm going to send you in my pension. Oh, well, I would, but I'm not on a pension, so do you know what I mean? You've lucked out. What's going on now? What's happening? Come on, kids. I'm astounded too, love.
Benefit that is doing important things that could really benefit from this type of profile.
Yeah, especially, I'll tell you what, here's one. Why don't you give it to a veteran that's fronting up some sort of charity to help other veterans and getting an award, and the doshish, which comes with the award, and also the kudos, would really help them do worthy stuff for veterans. So instead of it being concentrated on the Herald and yet another notch on his considerable bedpost or trophy post, I mean, at this place, they must have them in their bathrooms by now, do you get me? They must be overrun by bloody awards. There's probably isn't an inch of bleeding space left to put another award in their bleeding house. Anyway, she don't live there anymore, does she? It's all come out. It's all come out and Paul Rem, isn't it? Oh, yes, it has. I knew she didn't live there. Yes, it's a construct. And all this about Marcus Anderson being, the other, well, I don't want to say the word, but he's married. Google him, he's married. And not many content creators seem to know that because it's kept a bit, what one might call under the covers, because it's easy to say, oh no, he don't like girls, that's why he's my bestie. I've got loads of women friends that have done that, Oh no, he don't walk outside of the street, husband. Don't worry about him, he's my male bestie. Yes, of course we all believe you. Never heard that one before, love, have we? Right, let's go.
Prince Harry's team is being accused of destroying evidence because this award, he hasn't received it yet. It was announced that he was going to receive it.
So they've announced he's received it, and then it came out that he's been destroying stuff evidence that he shouldn't be doing. Well, what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice to deceive, said William Shakespeare. Or was it his mum? I think it was his mum. So, because he never cleaned his bedroom, did he? Do you know what I mean? Messy bugger he was. So, I mean, there's that. The Ponce Prince and his stupid prize. I'll leave it with you. You can cogitate, ruminate, or regurgitate, or all the other eights. Love you and leave you. Bye-bye now.